Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris with InsideTheU here at the UA Next Sevens 7-on-7 tournament. 6 teams here in Bradenton, Florida at IMG Academy. Carrollton High School, led by Miami commit 2029 quarterback CJ Seifert, led his team to the championship, a 26-25 win over the Warner Warriors, one of the 4 all-star teams. Carrollton was one of just 2 high school teams here, the only public school. I talked to CJ afterwards. He certainly took pride in that. His group, underrated guys, as he mentioned, came through big. And the way the championship game worked was, again, 25-minute running clock, ball starts on the 40. And the first drive for the Warriors got a touchdown, and then CJ's group wasn't able to get a touchdown there. Anytime you don't get a touchdown in a drive, especially a big game, it's just tough to play catch up because it's hard to make up points. And typically the offense scores, but the defense did what they needed to do, got a stop late. So CJ had the ball. And essentially in the final minute and a half, needing a touchdown. And he guided his team down the field, made some really good throws throughout the entire game. Threw 4 touchdown passes in the game, but the last one was great. He's thrown over the middle. He's finding his guys. He's believing in his guys. And then it's tied up. Final play, no time on the clock. It's tied up, going for the extra point, and he delivers another good pass. So they win 26-25, named MVP, one of the MVPs of the event. And he was just really good. You know, I touched on it yesterday, watching 10 games from the event yesterday, just 3 today. So first place, third place, and 5th place games today. Watched some other guys as well. We'll get into that. But just yesterday, a really good performance out of him. A little slow start, but you know, he just delivers it well. And I really like his demeanor and his presence out here. And he said, you know, when I talked to him, and I'll have a full interview on him, you know, with him on the InsideTheU.com VIP article there. But one of the things he said that he really wanted to work on this offseason was his leadership. He said that their team lost a lot of seniors from last year and feels like, you know, a lot of guys need to step up. And he said, you know, he's taken it upon himself. And I felt like this was good for him, you know, kind of lead this team, you know, kind of a bit of an underdog. They do have a 2028 that Miami's offered, defensive back Tyler Boyd. So he's a guy to kind of pay attention to. I watched him a little bit playing the cornerback position, but really just a really good all-around performance out of CJ. And I feel like this can be just a really good launching point into a season. You know, the offseason is wrapping up. And same way with another Miami quarterback who I thought played pretty good today, Knox Annis out of Jacksonville Mandarin, 2028 guy playing for the Under Armour Icon team in the 5th place game, and they won big, 32-12. I thought he did good, threw a couple touchdown passes, showed off his arm. They rotated the quarterbacks today, whereas in the previous games, Knox was taking most of them. So just to give another quarterback an opportunity there. But overall, I thought it was a good performance out of Knox. Again, talked to him afterwards as well. And kind of same thing, the things he's been working on in the offseason, he's hoping that translates to the season there at Mandarin. And they've got high hopes and hoping to do big things there. But, you know, again, both of these quarterbacks, what I thought was good. Now, CJ today was in the game taking some shorter passes, but both of these guys are showing the ability with their arm strength ability, how they're reading the defense, particularly just watching both of these guys kind of read the safeties. I thought both of them were very good at that and throwing the ball downfield, really pushing it, you know, pushing the ball downfield. And that's what you want to see with guys with good arms and good ability and make those big plays, not just the short stuff at the 7-on-7 event, but really pushing it downfield. And I thought both of those guys were really good. Another Jacksonville product out here today and this weekend impressed me in the sense that just one to keep paying attention to. And that's Jackson Flowers, played for the Warriors, former quarterback at Bowles, a backup quarterback at Bowles, making that transition to safety. And you see it out here. I thought he did well yesterday, but really, you know, good today, 6'3", good range. But again, I thought he did good yesterday. And when you watch him, this is what you're hoping for. Doesn't look like a quarterback, doesn't look like a guy at a new position. So certainly this is a big year for him, his junior season, but if he's making this full-time transition and he's a guy that Miami has offered already, they really like what they see in him, so he'll be someone to watch for. But just kind of watching him go throughout this tournament was intriguing. And, you know, another guy for the Warriors as well, James Allen, cornerback, a really good prospect as well that Miami has offered out of Tampa there. Another Miami commit that was here here at this event. There were 3 of them, and that's 2027 wide receiver tight end DeMarcus DeRoche. And, you know, he's playing for Spotlight, played in the third place game, how to catch. You know, just the way that they were playing all weekend kind of rotated the receivers, but, you know, just made some plays overall at the weekend, but, you know, nothing huge from him, but certainly he's looking for a good season at Gibbons. And but it was good seeing him out here, certainly really good size. I touched on one of his teammates that was out here for Spotlight, Logan Thompson, the 2028 cornerback, guy that I really liked. Just watching him play, I thought he did a really good job just playing that cornerback position and doing well. The guy that I didn't mention, you know, and I saw him play Friday night, the only game of the day, but because it was a rain out, rain was pouring, I didn't do a recap, but I mentioned him in my article. You know, for playing for Blur, and wide receiver Mylan Griggs, a 2028 out of Detroit. I thought he had a great weekend. He made a lot of catches. I thought he was their best receiver. He's a guy Miami has offered. Just kind of a smooth guy, you know, just runs routes well. But I really liked how he found the end zone. He made touchdown catches and made big plays. And I thought he had a really good weekend for him. And then the Twins, who I had a chance to see last fall, come down from New Jersey, a couple cornerback twins, and Adrian Woodard, and also, you know, his brother Amir Woodward. So both of those guys out of New Jersey were out here. I thought both of them had good signs, good flashes. Adrian had a nice interception that first day, but overall I thought they looked good as well, playing for Team Blur. And a lot of these guys were playing on the same team as Knox, a lot of the Miami targets. Essentially, that was a team filled with guys from the Southeast, a lot of guys from Florida. You know, you got Tyree Mannings, the 2028 receiver out of Sarasota. You know, I touched on DeMarcus Van Dyke earlier out of Tampa, DeMarcus Van Dyke Jr. Good seeing him. His dad, DeMarcus, was out here, DVD, so shout out to him. Good seeing him out here at the event. But there's some other guys as well. Gabriel Player, another guy that Miami likes, linebacker. You know, with the way that they play 7-ons, there's not a lot of activity for linebackers, but just good seeing him out here getting some work in. But overall, just a really good event to watch a lot of these guys in action. And like I said, 10 games yesterday, 3 today, 1 on Friday. So I have 14 games of film that I'm going to go back through, do cut-ups of the players, the top players Miami's after. Obviously with those quarterbacks, so stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't yet. That's a huge help, but definitely good being back out here, good watching these guys, but really looking forward to the season starting up. So thanks again for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for those player highlights. Have a good rest of the day and take care.